Hello you, welcome to Geekism. Today we're getting more work done on our harbour area for kids with a couple of rides. As many of you quite rightly pointed out, the tiny eye, as it's called here, is kind of perfect for this area. I mean, you could argue that the piratey themed one from the original game would work here, and I think you're right. But yeah, we're going to try and maybe try and sort of theme this one up. Mr. Simside did an awesome pirate one of these recently, which is well worth checking out. But yeah, I think we're going to try and go for a bit more of a harbour thing. So the thing is, my worry is that it's just not quite grandiose enough to sort of finish off the area. But I guess with some buildings around it and stuff, it will actually be okay. So I think what we'll do is stick it about there. Jesus. We'll have the entrance here and the exit yeah, right in the middle there. There we go. I'm using the mod to remove the gates there. It's on Nexus Mods, made by Leaf. Well worth it. Okay, so path. I think we'll worry about the exit in a moment, but first of all, let's get a queue line in, which it is doing. That's good. So it's going to be straight, I think, with pointed edges. Alright, so I think what we try and do here is just a simple cattle pen. Like this. Oh, it's a little high. Yeah, it's kind of going to be like there, doesn't it? Yeah, there we go. There, and there. Okay, I think we'll paint it up with some railings just so we can see what it's doing for now. And to be honest, like we might be able to use the in-game ones. The problem is they kind of double up. Oh man, what have I got to press? That one. There we go. Yeah, because they like double up on the insides. It's no good. But it shows us where they are for now, while we go in with our own fencing later. Okay, so let's go back to guest path, stamp, square. Just make sure we're using this texture here, and then what would be nice if we could snap it. There we go. And I think we should be able to just do that. There we go. And then again, with this one, we can paint that and tell it to remove railings. Yeah. There we go. I don't know whether that'll affect the queue there, but it shouldn't. Okay. Okay, maybe foundation on. Does that get rid of all the things? Yeah, there we go. That's neat. And then we can add our own little fence in there too. Okay. Alright, maybe... No, that's okay. That's okay. I'll say maybe the path needs to line up with the back there, but that's not really a problem. We can figure that out. I'd like to cover up these lights that are a bit over the top, but luckily the pad is nice and small on this one. Okay, we're going to box out some buildings. These aren't going to be final, but we want to try and get a framing in for them. So we're going to go for some wooden buildings. This build is going to be based on a couple of things. One of them being Balamory, which was a kids' TV show in the UK that had a beautiful, like colourful harbour. It's actually a real place. I think it's called, it's a real life seaside town of Tobermory on the Isle of Mull. And I think they kind of went in and were like, hey, can we paint the buildings up for a show? And then they kind of left them that way, and now it's a bit of a tourist destination. There's also a really nice harbour. I think it's in like Denmark. Let's have a look. Colourful harbour. I should remake notes on this stuff, shouldn't I? Yeah, Copenhagen, is it? Yes, Nyhavn. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong, but they're kind of what I'm looking at. And then as far as theme parks go, there isn't that much I could find, actually. I was surprised. There's a little bit of stuff at Thorpe Park in the UK, at a place called Amity Harbour, but it's actually a bit grim. It's not really like a colourful area, but there's certain things there we can take from. I'm going to pause the game for a second because that coaster in the background is going to start to bother me. Okay. Right, so let's have a look at wooden walls. I think we want... so there's the Viking one, that's no good. Like one of the original ones, that's probably okay. That probably colours nicely. It looks like a nice sort of pressure treated pine. Maybe just wood is a better thing to search for. Okay, so we have this one. Probably one of the western ones, I think, is what we actually want. Let's bring it around. Can we make the sun point to here? Not during the day. It's actually going to be quite dark, but that's better at least. Okay, yeah, so there's that one, and then there's basically the same again, but goes the other way, right? Yeah. So we're going to be using a combo of these two, I think. Alright. So maybe we will come in a little there. Maybe it makes sense to have it like right up against the ride. It's like it's as if it's structural. Oops. Okay. Okay. So there's that. I quite like it popping over the top there. So I don't think that building itself has to go any higher. We'll bring that around there. Like I say, this is all very temporary. Oh, actually, that should be there, so we get the nice, corners. Let's take those out. Yeah, these are all very temporary. They were basically just sort of like, oh, I have no idea what happened then. We're sort of blocking it out, figuring out what this needs to look like. There we go. And then we can turn it that way. Okay, so that's going to be that building. Great. Okay, now let's get our other style of wood, and let's actually colour this one something, just so we can see the difference. Actually, it needs to be off that grid. Where is it? Split. Okay. Because this one will have to come up to the queue there. Okay. This one can be a nice tall one, but we're not going to go a whole nother build up. Let's see. That's fine. And then there needs to be another one sort of down the side of this. So I'm actually going to take them all off the grid just so they're not bothering us later when we come to redesign them. But we'll actually go here like this. Oops. And of course we're going to have the option to turn each of these into little sort of food stalls as well. But to begin with, it's really more just about placement. So we can go there. That's good. And yeah, I think that can definitely become a food stall. And then we can probably just let's bring that over there. There we go. Kind of want that open space either side, just so there's like something for the kids to look at, and the ride can be seen. Yeah, you kind of want to see the ride as you come up either way. So we'll actually have this building here. It's going to be a nice washed out red now. That, so I'm going to do something like this. Yep, and then we'll go back to that other wood. I do think these are basically going to be the ones that we stick with throughout this project. Very nice. Lavender, split it. Yeah. That way. So height-wise, I think this one probably goes a little higher. So we'll get the... There we go. Are we off there again? Yeah, that's annoying. Can we fix that quickly? If we just spin the whole thing around. Yeah, there we go. That's good, I think. I think we just have one more building either side towards the front. Because all of these places I'm looking at, they actually, for the most part, do sort of sit quite in line with each other. There's not that much depth here. Like, we're doing this obviously for the ride, but yeah, actually normally they actually sit quite close to each other, so that's okay. We got there. I think we'll duplicate that. Bring it over this way. Maybe shave a bit off that way. And we'll do a nice pink, maybe. Oh yeah, sea foam. I mean, man, if it can't be sea foam, what can it be? I mean, they should all be like quite pastel-y. I think because they're you know, partly that's the sort of style we're going for, but then also, you know, they're meant to be like sort of sun washed. Yeah, I think that's actually pretty good. Yeah, and I think probably what we're gonna actually do is I think all being wood is maybe a little heavy. So what we're probably good doing is coming in like this. I realise the colour's a little off there, but that's okay. Salmon could be there, and then yeah, maybe a bit of stone at the bottom. Not the marble block. The rough. Oh, it's actually called stone, is it? Rough brick, I think I'm thinking of. Yeah, this one. This will look good. Oops. Around the bottom, especially if this takes the colour nice. Let's see. It's one of those ones that's got a million colours in it, but we bring this all into this salmon-y, and then throw a bit of variation in it. That's great. Nice and colourful. And obviously, you know, we're going to trim all of these, but yeah, I think a little bit of stone occasionally, not on everyone maybe, but occasionally there needs to be a little bit. So I'm actually going to remove the whole layer there. We'll do a thicker layer of stone, but not this brick. What about the... Let's have a look. Brick painted. I mean, yeah, we could just do some of the buildings brick painted as well. I was thinking the bigger breeze block. Marble block. What's it called? Cinder? No. Concrete. Rough concrete wall. No, what's the... No, we use that brick there as well. What's it called? Here, this one. Breeze block, yeah. And they're called cinder blocks in the US. Alright, breeze. Breeze block. Yeah, okay. We did that. And then what have we got here? Seafoam. Yeah, I love that seafoam colour. Maybe we'll just drop it down one. There we go. And then do we go there and have that become a interior? I think we probably do. I would like to do that here as well, I think, but I think maybe we do this one with the wood plank. There we go. What colour is this? Argentinium blue. There it is. Oops. Okay. So you're going to come down. Where are you going to come down? Where's the path? Here. You're going to come down here. Let's actually get into path and see. Going to be right out of every building thing. There we go. Yeah, you come down here. You see that along the top there. And I think that's actually a nice mix of like a grandiose look, but also not like too over the top. Like it doesn't look too crazy big. So obviously we'll have some roof structures there. A lot of these buildings are flat roofed though, so that's okay. All right. Let's go back into here with our square brush and do our best to find where it's going to go. Come on. Oh, that's the right height, I guess. So I think what might work well is having this path. Where does the height change? It's right there. Okay. Like that to there, and then we'll come up with a fake path over there, but that can all be real path, as can all of this. And this all of these little spots here, I think they're just going to be like bench areas. I think one thing we need a lot of in a kids area is places for the grown-ups to hang out. We might struggle a little making that one the post. If we do that, yeah, maybe we just swap those around then. That's fine. Yeah. Now, do we have two there? Do we have another one over here? I just think like lots of little snacky places to grab the families while they're not paying attention, you know, spending too much money. I think that's okay. We'll try that for now. Okay. Path. Queue. Do we take this queue back a little bit? Yeah, I think we do. Oops. I want to go very small. I just want that little bit. Can we do it? No. Okay. How about this delete? It's a little different. Yeah. We do that. Like that's where we want that queue to end. Paths cannot cross. What's crossing? Nothing's crossing. Oh, come on. You're so close to being workable there. Oh, okay. That's awful, but that's fine. We'll make that work. Okay. So definitely want to get some rope in here. Gonna try not to do too piratey. That's obviously a conscious issue. This is not a pirate area. This is a harbour area. So I think this kind of wood. Oops. And then shrink that down. Yeah, this will look good. Okay, so there, let's take the edge off that. It's a little bright. We can always whitewash it a little as well, actually. That might be quite nice. Yeah, I like that. So let's go there, and let's go rope. So really, I mean, I love the rope on this thing. I just think the rounded pillar with all of it on is a little too piratey. So we could cheat. Ah, it's to one side. I mean, that's okay. Do we double it up? Something like that. Or is that a bit too much? I don't think it needs all of that, does it? Okay. And then here, there is a rope, like a square. That one. Yeah, see if we can make this work. It's huge. And it has a really fun center of rotation. So I think, well, if we do this, we're going to have to use two of them. So let's see. Let's do something like that. I mean, that's okay, I think. Are we not on a grid here? Alright, 1, 2, 3, but all of them are agreed. There you go. Down up. So it makes sense at the top. Do the same on the bottom as well. It's going to be very, very ropey. Pardon the pun. It's the inside is much messier. But I think that's okay. Let's see. Yeah, see that to me says harbour, but doesn't say pirate. And we bring it over here to hide this side. It's not going to rotate very nicely, unfortunately, but that's fine. I think that's good. Alright, so we don't actually need this side for now. Oops, we do need that. We're going to just take this and run with it. Okay. That's a shame. Neither of these are quite where we want them. This is going to be tedious. Okay, let's... There. And in. Wait, it sits to one side, doesn't it? Let's see. Yeah, okay. Hopefully, we eventually get enough that it starts going on its own axis. Looks like that did it. That's great. So we'll get rid of that. And I don't really want to make it bigger. So I think we could do something like that. Keep it quite open. Like, I don't want this along that back wall there. So this might be enough to use. Let's see. Yeah, I think we can make this work and have it as quite an open queue line. So if we go there, there, here, I mean, they clip around these somewhat terrible anyway, to be honest with you. So actually, let's take those away so it doesn't happen as much. Okay, and then can we do that successfully? I know, but something we could do. I want all of this. Why is it not actually picking the thing itself? There we go. Right. I'll do that. Move that to there. Okay. And then these two, if we can just scale them a little. Just enough to hide them. I don't think it registers as being bigger particularly. Okay. Is that it? Is that all we need for the queue? Yeah, we don't need that back wall. We don't need that back wall. This will probably be something different because of the ride. This is a mess. But yeah, we'll take this down here and then we'll do a little tie off here so that we don't have to use this if the ride is quiet. Okay. So now we can come back to queue path, turn all the railings and curbs off, and then paint all that again. There we go. All of that, all of that. Oh. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so now we need a slightly more permanent fence, but still something that can read as nautical. I mean, this is probably fine. And the thing I like the most about this one is that it's got a single piece as well, so we can have Like, we've got to have that door open there, you know. So we bring it down to an acceptable size. Okay, and what colour do we settle on here? Sort of like off cream, I quite like. And I think this piece actually has a few different colours. So let's see. That's the exterior one. So maybe if we just do the interior and I lay the caps. Okay. And then this is like a nice blue. I like that. Take that to there. Maybe it needs to be the small one. I think it is. Hopefully we're not too far away from this here. I mean, we could just make it a bit bigger. I want that to sit against the wall there, obviously. Yeah, that's probably fine. Let's see. It's a little higher. I'm okay with that. Okay, so we have that there. This single one comes down and does the job here. And then this one comes this way. Yeah, and I think I want to cover the floor and get rid of all these lights. They're just a bit too much, I think. I do like being able to see the wood stick through there, though, so we'll fake that. Okay. Now, can I remember where the exit of this ride is for the life of me? No. But we can find it pretty easily. By painting this. No. Just that. No, that still doesn't find it. Okay, how about we throw rails on then? Add rails. Yeah, oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, so we'll go back to that for a second. So here is the exit. That way. Keep that as neat as we can. Okay, and that's like a little over, but not terrible. We'll take that to there. We're gonna have to do something with this box. No, that's no good. Maybe we do that then. Maybe we do that. And that becomes a way there to do that. I think that's fine. Okay. I really think this has to go to there, which is something we're going to struggle to do a little. But it does, doesn't it? Yeah, this has to sit there. Let's see if we can figure out how to do that nicely. Yeah, I think unfortunately that's going to be... Oh, I mean, we've got to be able to make that work, haven't we? Let's go there. Take that in there. Yeah, that's actually fine. Okay. That could have been two pieces, but that's fine. I'll take that to there. And oh, it's actually kind of all over the place. I think it's okay. I just realised that these are actually quite wobbly. Might be nicer if we take some of them that way. Yeah, just we don't have the same curve all the way down. That's good. I'll do that somewhere else as well. One over here. sure. Just little things like that, I think, often make a big difference. Even that, I mean, that's almost subconscious there, but I think that does really help. Okay, that's all of this now. So let's knock the path back away. I think it will have been that. Yeah, sure. We want this. Yeah. Okay. Now I'm thinking that this fence maybe isn't quite enough. So how about we take it up and throw a little bit of stone underneath it? That could be cool. What about that Viking one? I know we use this a lot. It's just such a great texture. I just wish there was more walls in the game that had this kind of texture to them. I can never find them. Pretty sure they're just called Viking Wall. Yeah. There we go. Now, so the colour is wrong. I think if we do something like that... that helps. A little that way. I mean, I think that's good. Still looks a little sort of nautical. Just looks like a harbour wall, I guess. Let's find it again. There we go. Okay. So I think as soon as that's the dimensions we're working with, we'll work to them. A little too much. Ooh. Yeah. Alright. Then over. So what's happening here? Is it just because that wall was off? Yeah. Okay, so actually going to be there. This basically swaps here, doesn't it? Because that's going to come there. Okay, so I think, just for the sake of ease, these get increased a little. As long as I'm not going crazy with this stuff, I think it's probably okay. A little high. It's fine. I wonder if turning one of these around will help. Change the pattern a little. That's fine. Cool. And then we should just be able to run these around now. And we can just take that there. We might run that along the back as well. We'll take a look in a moment. Oh, we need some little ones here. I think that just fits there. Perfect. Yeah, I think that looks better. Just had to have a little raise up there. Yeah, okay, nice. Okay, floor here then. We need to cover up some of the issues we're having. So I think maybe like flagstone all back here and just have a line across it would work quite nicely. I think there is a flagstone that's just called flagstone. No, there isn't. Okay, maybe castle floor would work nice. No, not that one. Yeah, that one. There we go. Okay. Alright, I will do that and then pop it off there just so we can do what we need to do to it. So we just make that there. It'll cover all that. We wanted to cover these things. Don't love them. Yeah, that's where it needs to be. Does that cover the lights? Oh, no, not quite. We need to go even higher. Okay. So that's where that needs to be. Take it back a shy. And I actually quite like the colour of it. So we'll leave it as is. And then should be able to take that all the way to there. There we go. And then the whole thing just sort of ties together. Looks like it's all built at one point. Yeah. That's good. And then I think we'll maybe use that stucco trim that we like. To cap it off. Looks nice. And then there. Two more. Awesome. Okay, so I think what I want to do, maybe we want a drinks place here, or do we just want some seating? I think seating probably works well there. Some benches. Let's see. I kind of wish we had a more plain picnic bench. That's way too detailed. That's way too detailed. That's way too detailed. Like that. The toy one isn't awful. I'd have to cover up the middle of the button, but otherwise it's not terrible. That's too detailed. That's ridiculous. It's not quite what we're going for here with the surf, but I do like the distressed wood. We could maybe cover up the surfboard. I do quite like that actually, with a covered up surfboard on it maybe. Let's see. Okay. Let's go to Old Faithful. It's probably fine. Make it big enough. Okay. Look at it that way. Crack the Z. All right. Just don't want that. There we go. Just sometimes we have to be very serviceable with this stuff. If you don't, I just don't think it looks realistic. So I think that becomes very serviceable concrete. But I think I dig that. We're just peeking out here. Oh. I mean, there's an argument to be said about leaving the pattern on it. And making it a colour. I don't mind that. Let's see. Yeah, that's kind of neat. And I actually quite like the bench colours. Okay, umbrella. So, luckily these are nice and generic. That one's pretty generic, as is that one. It has a little bit of detail on top, but I think that works in this space. I think we probably go with that one. But shrink it down slightly. And then make it some lovely colours. I think we did sea green on this stuff, didn't we? What's this? Sea green, yeah. So we tie that in and then just keep the fabric much lighter. I think that's pretty good. And then we... Oh, I see. I see what's happening here. Oh, jeez. No. Let's do that. There's path all there. Like that should be no problem. I always rotate this stuff a little. I was rotated anyway because of the bench, but yeah, that's fine. Okay, so we've got a nice little seating area there. It's a little dark around it because of the building, but it just, you need somewhere for them to sit while the kids are on the ride, you know? You just need that. Okay. Alright. I don't want to start the buildings today. I think it's going to be next episode. Well, maybe we should. We should at least get this one done, shouldn't we? There's something else I want to do in this episode, and I've got like 20 minutes left before I feel like we're getting to the episode, and I want to do one of those little riding the boats around the place in this bit of water here. So, yeah, I want to do that. All right, so let's make some buoys. Yes, buoys. Okay, put that up. It's actually kind of fine, but we'll shrink it down a little bit. Art shape. That there. Okay, this becomes off red. This becomes off white. Okay. Oh, nice. Finds the water. Finds the water perfectly. Okay. I'll take this over to where we want it, which is going to be there. There we go. Can't do a huge curve on this kind of stuff because, like, what, you know, how have you made it curved? But I think a little curve just keeps it in the realms of possibility. I think any more than that, you do start to struggle a little. Okay, and then we can just flip that over here, and this one, actually maybe we go down here, do another one on the end of that there. Yeah, I'm happy with that, because obviously what we don't want to do is have them smashing the boats off the rocks and stuff, you know. Okay, I wonder if we've got a few aquatic pieces that will make a good start for this. Let's have a look. Not content, sorry. Scenery. Alright. Let's bring you two over here a minute. Okay. Okay, yeah, something like, yeah, there's like this kind of thing. I mean, that's a really great start, isn't it? There's a few other options here. Yeah. I mean, I think that's... Geez, this thing is like 90% of the way there, to be honest with you. Alright. But that's definitely going to be the base of this thing. So I'll take that to there. Oh man, I mean, it seems ridiculous, but I don't want to do much to this at all. Like, it's so close to being there. Okay, support. Let's just come out of this for a moment. We need... I mean, that's probably fine. It's a bit big, but I just need a bit of something on the bottom of it. Yeah. I think we should probably match this colour a little. But not exactly, so Spanish grey, and then lighten it a little like it's a slightly newer edition. Okay, okay, now we bring it in just enough. I do think this wall does need something to break it up, especially along the back here, but I don't want it to be tied to these, so we'll bring that in a little. Yeah, keep the metal facing out, that's good. Okay, so then from this, let's do another, basically the same piece, but in a brighter colour. So let's see what we've got. Like this kind of stuff. I think a lot of these might be a little too big. Let's see, how small does that go? Yeah. Oh, I'm so close to that scaling mod, folks. I really am. And that's going to go, yeah. How about that one? Nope. Yeah, I do think it's time for scaling mod. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah, that's kind of it. What about how small can we go with this? The problem with this is we can't go much smaller, which means we're going to have that. I mean, that could work in just a lighter colour. I've got orange in my head for some reason. I don't mind that. Okay, I don't mind that at all. This is peaking a little, so we'll just shrink it down slightly. Which something like this. Yeah, I like that. Maybe we make these coloured so as that we can see which ship we're using or whatever. Okay, now I think the thing we might struggle for here is a decent wheel. There's lots of wheels in the game. I don't think any of them particularly look like what we're looking for. That's not terrible. Depending on how small it goes, not even close. What about that one? No. I mean, there's these. All needs to go so much smaller. Oh, this one's called small. I mean, that's size-wise, that's the one we found so far, really, isn't it? Yeah. Maybe that's the one. I don't think we've got... I mean, there is a pirate's wheel, but it's huge. That's no good. And these look a little plainer. Oh no, maybe it's that one. Yeah, I think... I don't love the wood on this. I think it needs to be, yeah, more like this. Yeah, that's a little chunky. But I think it reads better as what we're trying to do. I think it probably will help if we just take the edge off the thing with something like this. Keep it fun. Maybe make that the same orange. Yeah, don't mind that. Probably needs something to hit the back of it in a grey. To remind ourselves that it's, you know, an actual sort of metal thing that's doing something. Yeah. Okay. I think that's fine. It kind of is a small thing on the side of it to take cash, doesn't it? Which I think we're probably just best doing out of something like this. Pushing it down just slightly if I can. 10. Let's go 5. Yeah, okay. So 8 is probably fine. There we go. So this needs to sit like there. Oh, how do we... What I really want to do is have a thing that sits like that on it, but stay straight there, you know. Oh, I have to build it manually out of bits. And it really has to line up with the side of the shape there, doesn't it? So let's go there. Okay. There we go. Okay, that's fine. And if we can squeeze a little triangle in there to fill that gap, that'd be kind of perfect. Well, it's not the exact measurement, but it's pretty close. We could go a little smaller. That's why we never go all the way down when we can, because sometimes that extra couple of degrees really gets you to where you need to be. Okay, let's throw all these into the same color. Maybe a light grey, could look like a metal grey. That's awesome. Okay, so then off of this we need probably a texting. Is it text that does it? Yeah, probably something like this is the way to go. Oh, that's as small as that goes. Okay. In that case, there we go. Oh, what about what about like an eye? Yeah, with a different font. We want that sans serif, but there is a serif on it. One of these has got to be actually sans serif. There we go. Okay, so we'll do a thing there. We'll do another one at the bottom for the coin return. And then right here, it's going to be tricky to do, but we'll try and do it. This needs to be a big U in a dark grey. There we go. And then that can sit there as the thing that catches the coin. There we go. Sure. And then I think the last thing we need on here is just like a button. Called support. There's the one. There's that run of like yeah. These. Oh, jeez. These go really small. Actually, maybe it isn't those. No, it isn't those, is it? It looks like those, but there's lots of them, and they're all different options. Is it pole? Oh, post. Yeah. Small as they go, thank you. A lot bigger than I thought they were going to be, but that's fine. There can be a big comedy return button. In fact, let's turn it upside down, pull it in, give it a slight lip. There we go. And height-wise, that's okay. You can get to it. Can't really see what they're doing. Maybe then, actually thinking about it, this comes here as a step. They can step up and actually see what's going on. Yeah. Okay, cool. We can get rid of you for now. Okay, what actually randomly changed there? Oh, are these animated? Yeah. I think we can turn them off though, right? Deactivated, there we go. Okay. So this one then, that and that can be blue. Yeah, that's great. If the snap distance will work well here. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think 5 is probably enough. All right. Let's turn them back off again. Okay, so let's go back to colours. So that was blue. We'll do a yellow. It's very washed out. That's good. We'll do a step red. Oops, wrong one. That one and that one. Thank you. That's blue, yellow, red. We'll do a green. And we'll do. We'll go back to orange. After all that. This one's going to be orange. Excellent. We'll just adjust these a little. There's only so much you can adjust with these, because obviously once you hit there, you're just the same again, you know. Excellent. And now we just need 5 little boats that match them. And we're going to keep these super simple, I think. It's going to be probably art shapes, although there might be an aquatic piece that works as the base of it. Let's see. Gotta keep them real simple, real small, so probably not at the moment. This is going to be too big. There's something to be said about like that. That's still so huge, eh? Yep. It's going to be an art-shaped jobby, I think. Alright. What's the best way to start this then, do we think? Maybe something flat topped. That one? Sure, okay. Maybe we'll just build the whole thing this size and then take it all down. Okay. Well, this is going to be the right sort of scale for the back of this. It's probably 50, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. That gives us the flat back that we want. Something like that, just to tie that in. Or do we just do that all the way down? Like most of this is going to get hidden by sea. By water. that. Yeah. Put them in. Yeah. Okay. What can we do to get a little window on that? Pipe. How small does the pipe go? Not really small enough. Oh man, although it does line up nice there, eh? Maybe we do use that then. Oh no, because this is. No, it needs to go smaller than that because this is still huge. We're building big here. Okay. What about one of these plastic pieces? How small do you go? Yeah, it's probably still too big. Maybe we should just build at scale because that's going to get confusing. Oh, we're not even on a grid here. Boop. Yeah, it kind of needs to be about that big. It'll make it very tricky to find something here. I mean, we just have circles, of course. I wonder something like this, man. How small do these go? 50%. Yeah, too big. Let's try stickers, though. I often forget about these. There might be something here. Window circle. Vehicle headlight. No. Vehicle tail light's even bigger for some reason. Yeah, these are all just too big. That could work as just a bit of detail. I mean, that's fine. Assuming we can change all the colours of it. Colour not available. Why can't you change the colours of that? Okay. Yeah, in that case, I'm not sure. Maybe we just do. Yeah, like if in doubt. It's got to be, hasn't it? Okay, so let's make that 7. And make it a nice blue. We'll start actually colouring stuff now. And maybe this should be 6 and grey. I was just thinking we've got to actually colour these things to match the rides. So let's go. Oh, maybe that always stays white though, and the lid, you know, the roof and these change the colour. I think that's pretty good. That way. Yeah. And then I actually quite like the idea of doing this. And that's pretty good. Just check what it looks like in the water, because the big block at the bottom might be a problem. Are they going going to sit like that. Yeah, I don't love that big block at the bottom. Maybe we just get rid of it. And get rid of that one. Just have it sit like that. That's probably better, eh? Yeah. Oh, that's good to me. And also, I wonder if these should all be on those bobbing animatronic things, what they call platform, like we did with the big boat. Yeah, problem is it's got to sit like right that way. It makes the boat move that much. That's probably a way where you where you push two of them together, but I don't know what it is. I'll leave that stuff up to Taggy. Okay, I think that's fine though. We'll just have them in there. They're low enough. I suppose some of them could go around on a circle. Like there's no kids at them, but we could get a bit of movement on some of them, couldn't we? Alright, let's go. Let's got two bumped up against each other. And then yeah, let's see if we can put some of them on a loop. It's going to be very slow. That's too fast even. There's going to be like an ultra slow. Yeah. Ultra slow. Yeah, that's more like it. Okay. Can't quite go that far out. That's probably fine. And we'll put you up to that. To be there to be safe. Okay, pause you a sec. Actually, we'll just leave you orange. It's going to be much easier to have one of you as orange. This one, though, we can come in and make you red. Although I think it's that red we're using. Oh. Dark salmon, yeah. Okay, so the orange and the red ones are going to rotate round. The blue one is blue. The yellow is pear, and the green is moss. Okay, so that one, that one, that one, that one. Just straight up blue. That's going to be pear. And that's going to be moss. And we'll take both of you. Put them at the right level. I'm lined up with this one. Yeah. Okay. And then kind of need to play this and see how they go. Right, this one is real out there. Okay. Yeah, fine. You need to go this way and that way. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, what we could do with this one is just turn that 180 and have it go ultra slow reverse. Is that an option? No. Let's try slow reverse. What does that look like? Yeah, sure. One of them could be quicker. Yeah. Cool. Alright, there we go. 2 little projects. Well, this one kind of finished. This one started. But overall, happy with that. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. Till the next one. Be good.